This is just a 20 cc syringe from the drugstore. And a piece of about 1/8 Tygon line from the Okay, see what you need now. Oh yeah, you're way out there now. Huh? Yeah. All kinds of brake. Okay, you're going to take the brake drum off of your original front hub. Okay. What we're going to do there is you screw the nut back on here, and these bolts are splined on the inside. There's no difference in changing the brake drum, putting a different hub. You can see the spline on them. We'll set our brake drum aside. That one there happened to be a new one. This is your adapter for your rotor for the front. We're going to put this right back on where the brake drum came off. Fit right over there. This flange is the same thickness as the original rotor was, and then we're going to put these bolts right back through that hole, and we're going to drive that flange in. We'll take a punch and punch them back into place. Once you've got that all back in, make sure that sets down tight, better than this one does. Looks like we're bottoming a little bit right here. So we'll do a correction on that before we ship you any of them. And but that'll get you. Now this piece here, what I've done with this is I sprayed this with clear coat. It's turned real nice and bright and pretty, and you can paint it, you can chrome it, you can do whatever you want to do with it. But I just shot it with clear coat that keeps it from rusting. It look like new. It's in behind the rotor. Whatever you want to do, however you want to do that one. So from there, you're on your own. Kind of out of order here. Found it a lot easier to put this in. The rotor ain't tight. I really have to put that all together at one time? Put these screws in, we want to put a little Loctite on them as we put them in on the final assembly. Not doing it on this one because it's just a display. Now we can put our caliper mount in. When you put them in, pull the caliper to the outside before you tighten them up and give the rotor just a bit more clearance in there. Now we put our spacer back on there. Where it tried to go to. Like this. 3/16 spacer there. Big flat lock on it. Nut. We're starting to get there. See how easy that was when everything cooperates. And you can see we have a brake line running up through here. We punched a hole in our lower tree, run our brake line through it. Left the added loop up here, and on this bike over here, you can see we're going to actually put it through the cowl. When you get your brake hoses for this, this banjo fitting will be straight. I made this little thing here and cut a slot in it. So you can slip it over there, and you slip it over that, and you can actually bend that to get it like we'd like to have it, okay, for our application. You can come up there straight, you got plenty of it to do it if you don't want to do that. This on the 58, this plate will be threaded. It is threaded for your axle. We're going to thread this in, and you're going to get a nut. Thread this on and then thread your nut onto your axle. Well, basically we'd like to have this nut flush with your big threads. Pretty close to that. You can come out a little, in a little, depending what you need to do to adjust here to keep you from having to move the clamp. But you can still move the clamp on the hub with your rotors on, in and out to get your rotor spacing. But usually what I do is you put this on, your rotors on it, and it'll bottom against your hub, and that's where I leave it. And then I adjust the caliper just a little bit to finish it with the nut. Loosen the nut, and you can reach behind it and turn the axle with the other nuts and thread that caliper piece over and back. That's pretty much it for that. That's just not too tough a one there. On the Silver Eagle, the plate threads flush with the end of the axle, and the frame and the plate fit together. And that's where it has to be. On the Silver, you must slide clamp to line the caliper. Okay, that's pretty much it for the back. If you're doing a Silver Eagle, you're going to get two different rotors. You're going to get one with a larger hole in it and one with a smaller hole. The larger hole fit like that on your front hub. Your one that is correct, it'll drop right on, and we're ready to put the bolts in. Okay. These pieces here are your front spacers for your caliper mount. Your long bushing goes to the inside, your caliper mount, and then your 3/16 goes on the outside next to your fork. So that's the only stack you got. You can't hardly go wrong with that. It ain't gonna be close if you do it any other way. This here is our brake anchorment. Will go fit your thing. This will bolt right in your brake slot like your normal brake bolt would on a flathead. The little short one's for a flathead. The long one here is for a silver. This takes the top cushion mount out on the left side, take the bolt out of it, screw this in where that cushion mount was, and then there's your mount. And that's really about all the hard part of it.